think the other in America would be Jews and atheists, not Christians. I think the others at TCU would be GDIs, or people that aren't affiliated in athletics or sororities, that kind of thing. Okay, as far as how others in America relates to the other at TCU, I would say it relates in the context of, rich people and elitism and that sort of thing. But on a religious, equivalent, I don't think there really is one.
I think the other in America is immigrants because they're seen as invaders, and even if they are legal and are citizens in our country, everyone assumes they're just illegals. The other at TCU to me seems like international students because they seem to stay off by themselves and they tend not to join other organizations like the Greek life or athletics and things like that. I think so because both international students and immigrants seem like they're aliens in the society we're talking about.
I think the other in America is the Hindu people because of the 9/11 attacks that people perceive that whole race and religion is responsible for that. I think the other at TCU is people that really aren't involved, that decide to maybe go their own path or do their own thing and just kind of stay to themselves instead of branching out. Not really. I think that TCU, the religion thing, is more of a national thing than it just is.
I think the other in America is immigrants because they're kind of seen as taking from America, such as like their jobs and healthcare. I think the other TCU is those in the Greek life because they seem to kind of stick to themselves and only stay in their own groups. I think there might be an inverse relationship because we don't see many immigrants in the Greek life. They still seem to be separated from each other.
I think the other in America is Muslims because of the terrorist attacks. All Americans believe that all Muslims are terrorists, even though that's not the case. I think the other TCU is foreign students just because they're seen as so different than the majority of people that go here. I think there is a correlation between the two because I think that fear of Muslims stems from the fear of the unknown. Just like it's like a fear of the foreign students just because no one knows them and the majority of people that go to TCU are from America.
I think the other in America is probably the Muslims because there's too many people that just associate them with 9/11 and they think that all Muslims are all terrorists, and that's not very helpful. It's kind of stereotyping a group. There are a lot of really good Muslims in the world. I'm sure there's the same thing with every other religion. There's good eggs and bad eggs. So I don't think that's fair, but I think there's too many people that will kind of ostracize the Muslims just kind of out of the fear factor. It's, if you don't understand something, you're afraid of it. So that's part of what I'd say. I think that's a difficult question. I don't really think there's one particular group that's kind of ostracized from everyone else. You can look at the Greeks and, I have to say that a lot of them kind of think that or act like they're better than everyone else. And so in a sense, they're implicitly pushing away other people. I don't think so much the athletes because, I know a lot of athletes, I hang out with a lot of them. And they do kind of stick themselves because they play sports together and they're spending a lot of time with each other and there's a bonding that goes on with that. But they seem to be friends with a lot of other people too, so they're not really kind of trying to be their own separate group. I really can't say the foreign students either because they seem to kind of be integrated in class just enough. So I don't know. I really don't think there's a particular group that's kind of pushed off to the ends, the limits. Yeah, probably not so much, but I think you could look at maybe the correlation as a general principle that if you have a particular group of people, perhaps a majority, that think this is the way that we're going to do it, and if you don't adopt to the way that we dress, the way that we think, the way that we act, the way that we spend our money, the way that we talk, then they could push them out from that group. And so in a sense it becomes kind of a large cliquish thing. And you could see that, most of America would probably say that they're Christian. So if you don't act and think like us, then you must be from the outside, and that's kind of gets pushed off, and it's the same sort of thing that we've seen in high school. It hasn't changed much with adults. So I just think perhaps the general principle is the same in America as well as in TCU.
I think the other in America is Muslims in America because of the stereotypes from 9/11 and the lack of assimilation to American society. I think the other at TCU are probably foreign students, largely not because of religious beliefs or looks or anything like that, but largely because of their daily life here on campus. TCU football is big, largely where they come from it's not as big, and largely where they come from, the religions are a little different, like Buddhism from Southeast Asia, or maybe Islam from Africa. I think there was a little bit of a correlation between the two because the cultures they come with them they come from are completely different from the ones here in America and on campus.